Excellency has guided, that you may please take your seats.
So I came to just, which I've already done. One was to lay a wreath on the coffin of our late brother, which I have done in the presence of the Speaker and the Vice President. Then talk to the family, which I have done. So what I'm remaining to do now is to make a few remarks regarding what I saw and I heard of Moses Ali. Kwamba Moses Ali alikuwa hapendi mambo ya Idi Amin ya kuua watu. I heard that Moses Ali was not happy with Idi Amin killing people. That's why actually he like pushed him. I think even by the time we captured Kampala, I don't think he was in the government that time. 79 bado ndugu yetu alikuwa kwa serikali au alikuwa pembeni? Uliza wakina mama. Yes, I think I heard that he was like suspended or something.
Your Excellency, by 1978 he had been dismissed.
Yes.
By the president.
Yes, I remember. And that's why I had been even removed from the army, pushed in the civilian side. Then I remember something about some friction between him and Idi Amin. This was during that time of Idi Amin. Now, when Idi Amin came, when we defeated Idi Amin, then we had our other allies, UPC, making their own mistakes. We had started a conflict with the AUPC because I was the first man in the whole of Uganda to oppose Idi Amin. I am here. I'm not dead, I'm just here. So, put it on record that this is the first man who opposed Idi Amin. Because Idi Amin took power on the 25th of January, 1971. I was working here in the President's office as a research officer, and I was staying in Chireka. So on that Monday, we got up and we were walking to the bus stop at Banda. That's where we used to enter the bus and come and get out here, down below here. Then Kejuka, there's a man called Richard Kejuka who was in the bank. He was also staying in the same housing estate, which later on was taken over by, I think, the army or the police. He shouted at me, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to work." This was like 7:30 there. So I'm going to work. He said, "Don't go, there's trouble in town." So I came back to the house, and then we waited. Then around 3, I think, they announced how Idi Amin had overthrown Obote. Immediately, we connected. I don't remember how we connected because the phones were not, but I think they were working. They were this landline because we were able to meet quickly. That same afternoon, by about 4 or 5 there, we met at Bugorobi in Yona Kanyomozi's house. The ones I remember who were there, the one I remember is Ruhakana Rugunda and Kategea. They must have been there. I don't remember the others. Kanyomoz was also there. And then we said we were going to fight Idi Amin. And then we said that you Museveni, they said, you go to Tanzania and link up with Mwalimu. So the following day, the 26th of January, I went to the bank, got some money, and on the 27th, I left Kampala here with 2 people from Katwe, our Bawojere group of Katwe, Abbas Chivazo and Zubair Bakari. We went up to Mbarara, linked up with Wananuka, who was Secretary General there. He gave us 2 chiefs, Katundu and Lachi, and we Volkswagen vehicle, and we entered Tanzania. And that was the beginning of the fight against Idi Amin. But when we were fighting Amin, you could see the mistakes of UPC. So many mistakes. But the particular mistake which affected the country later was the one of revenge. Revenge. We must revenge. Idi Amin killed Langis, killed the Choris. We must kill West Nilas. So we opposed them. So you people, what you are talking is nonsense. And in 1972, when we attacked and then we were defeated and had to go back, we almost fought among ourselves. Because I captured a lorry full of soldiers and weapons at Kaberevere, 9 miles from Bara. I captured them. They didn't fight, these Amin soldiers, they just surrendered. They had a lorry full of weapons. Some ran away, but some were captured. It was September 1972. So the grass was burnt. Orhira, when the grass is burnt. So I left these soldiers lying down. There were like 5 or 6 of them who had surrendered. The others had scattered in the bush. Then I went to unload the guns, G3 guns from the vehicle. Then I had bullets. They had these idiots of UPC killed these people. 5 of them shot like that. We almost had a fight there. You people, why kill people who have surrendered? So, by that time we were defeated, we had to go back. We lost so many people. We came up to the barracks in Mbarara, but it was not well organized. Then I was able to, there were 330 people on that side. I was able to take back 46. All the others died there. September 1972. So, when we came now, 79, defeated Amin this time, again the mistakes of UPC. When the Tanzanians were here, we talked with them, please don't allow these confused people to kill Western Islands. Because the people in Western Islands did not run away. They waited for us, they received us. But now, when the Tanzanian army withdrew, I think around August there, I think 79 or 80, I've forgotten the details. Then that's how the massacres in Western Nile started, by the UPC. That is what generated the refugees from West Nile to go into Congo and South Sudan. Many of these young people here who are with us in parliament were born in Congo, if you ask them. Who were born in Congo? Let's see Congolese, you come. And South Sudanese, those who went as children and those who were born there, come forward and we see you. We are not sure whether you are Ugandans or not. This was all due to the mistakes of UPC. Now, that's when now Moses Adi, because remember Moses Adi had been fighting the mistakes of Idi Amin quietly in their group. And that's why Idi Amin had dismissed him. But now, he had now a new problem, UPC. So that's how Moses Adi now, and others, Bamuze and others from West Nile, had formed groups to resist UPC now. 500,000 Ugandans were in Congo and in South Sudan. That time, Uganda was number 4 in the whole world regarding the refugees who were coming from here. I think the first was Afghanistan, followed by, I think, Ethiopia, and another one. Uganda was number 4. We had that medal of generating refugees. So when the NRM defeated UPC and Okero's group, we went up to West Nile. I got in touch with these groups of West Nile. No, let me go back a bit. So now, when we launched our own fight against UPC, now this round, February 1981, 6th of February. And we fought, we started fighting. Then on the 6th of June 1981, I had to go out to look for support. I left Matuga, went through Buama, entered the boat at Katebo, entered the boat and went to Kenya, spending some night at Bubeke, in one of the islands. Then I went on to Libya, meeting Muammar Gaddafi on the 21st of June, 1981. Now, when I was in Libya, I met there the former Amin groups for the first time. Moses Ar was there. There were other groups. There was a fellow called Amin Mutiawa. Other people like Habib Kajimu were there. Now, that time we agreed to, the Libyans wanted us to unite, to become one group, but we said no, because of the history of our country. Let's first operate separately. Let the NRA continue doing work separately. The West Nile groups can do their work separately. Kayira can do his work separately, but we coordinate until we agree on the policies properly. So that's how I met Moses Ar for the first time. But he was, you could see he wanted cooperation. And he was not, the problem with Africans is inferiority complex. When they are Christians, they try to become Europeans. They think being Christian is being European. When they are Muslims, they want to become Arabs. Arabs. But you are not an Arab. You are a Mahdi. I can see you. Why do you want to be an Arab? So, I could see those groups in Libya when we were there. and I told Gaddafi, these people will not help you. There was one character called Amin Mutiaba. I was asking about him yesterday. What happened to Amin Mutiaba? There. Oh. So we said, no, if you want to help us, you help us. But if you don't want, we shall manage. Gaddafi gave us some little support. Then those Amin Mutiabas diverted some of it to UFM, but we fought. So we agreed to coordinate, not to unite, but coordinate. Now, so we came back here. I came back, I arrived on the 9th of December, 1981. We started fighting here inside the country. And we captured a lot of weapons from the army, the UNLA, Masindi, Attack, Kavamba, Chiboga, Hoima. By 1985, we had accumulated quite a lot of guns from internal. Then I could see that Obote was going to collapse. We had enough power to bring down Obote, but not enough manpower to control the whole country. So I was worried that there may be chaos in the country. We defeat Amin, we defeat Obote, but we don't have enough manpower, armed manpower, to control the whole country. So I decided to go back to Libya to see Gaddafi again. And I met him again. This time he gave me some ammo and some few guns. Later on I got more guns from Mwalimu. And we had built up a very powerful force. So when I was there this time, I don't remember that I met Moses Ali initially, but when Obote collapsed on 27th of July 1985, that time I was still in Sweden. I had not come back with my family. I rang these people. I rang Otito Kero. I rang Basilio Kero. I rang, I think, Semogere also. Sebana Chisto. Oraro Tunu. And I said, you people, don't form a government alone. You just form a government together. Now, with the usual witchcraft of Uganda, where people, as if they are bewitched, they said, no, we don't have to wait for NRM. We'll go ahead and form government. And we leave NRM alone. So, they did. They formed the government, Tito Kero, I don't know who, all those. The idea was to isolate NRA, form government, bring DP, bring the Amin groups, then isolate NRA. So we warned them, so please, if you do that, we are going to deal with, to destroy you, to fight you. But they were not listening. They went ahead and formed government, and we launched our attacks in August, starting clearing the Rural Triangle, the detachments which were there, then swung west, attacked Mubende, cleared it. I think some of the groups of Amin were in Mubende. You can ask the Sarens, I don't remember very well. Then Fort Potro, then Kasese. Then we swung east to Mbarara, Masaka, and arrived at Katonga. Now, where Moses Ali, now you see now his second characteristic. Loving freedom, which I've already talked about, opposed Amin in their own quiet ways, resisted UPC when UPC came in because of their mistakes. So that is one characteristic, freedom fighter, which I can give authoritative evidence on because I was there. But now, the second quality is peacemaker. Because he was with Dr. Adrico. I used to hear Moses sided with the doctor, Moses sided with the doctor, Moses sided with the doctor. I thought the doctor was a medical doctor. But when I met them, when they came to Kampala, they found the population was really hostile to the group, that group of Okero and so on. So they went back to Libya and contacted the Libyans. Me, I had already finished with Libya. I was coming back to finish the whole job here. Because the Libyans had given me 1 million rounds of ammunition, 800 rifles, but Mwalimu had given me more rifles, 1 million rounds and 5,000 rifles, so we were in a very powerful position. So I was coming back to finish off the job. But then Gaddafi called me, said, no, you come back here. There is something. So I left Nairobi, went back to Libya. Then I found Moses Sada there, and Dr. Adrico, this is the doctor they were talking about. He was a doctor of something else, not medicine. So I said, what do we do now? They said, no, because they were already part of the other effort to isolate NRA. Unite everybody, isolate NRA. But when they came, they said, this is a mistake. That's how they looked for Gaddafi to call me. And I went back and then I said, okay, if you want to pull out, we shall see how to assist you to pull out. Don't involve yourself in the fight for Kampala because we are going to attack Kampala. Because by this time, we were at Camp Ringisa. We had defeated all the counter-offensives of the poor boy who died. What was his name? Lieutenant Colonel Odwar. We had defeated them and we were at Camp Ringisa. On this side, we were at Toboroba. On Mitiana's side, we were going to. So I agreed with Moses Sadi that the UNLF people who are already part of this group, which was in Kampala, pulled out slowly, and he pulled out slowly. They didn't fight us when we were entering Kampala. That's how our cooperation now started. Then there are others who persisted in trying to oppose, like Juma Orsi. Eventually he died in there. So that is the second characteristic of Moses. Dialogue rather than confrontation where possible. The third one, he was really a lover of West Nile. Always pushing for the programs of West Nile. The tarmac road, the electricity, the issue of the veterans, he was always in the forefront. And many of his pressures on us have already brought results. The roads are now tarmac all the way up to Oraba. We are now even tarmacking the one of Ajumani, Moyo, Yumbe, Koboko. Electricity is now linked. The grid. Now, you, the people, the leader of the West Nile, there is something I used to tell Moses Sali which you must now work on. Yes, the infrastructure is now there, and we are going to expand it. There is the road from Nebi to the border with Congo, and along there up to Aru. There is this other road from Pakwach to Rhino Camp, and then along the Nile. We are going to work on those roads. But remember what I've been telling you in the campaign. People don't sleep on the roads. They sleep in their houses. So the issue of the household incomes for West Nile is something we should agree on. Ever since the tobacco got problems, we need new enterprises. And I have given guidance on all this time on those issues. So therefore, I came here to tell you what I saw with General Moses Ali. Number one, freedom fighter. Number two, peacemaker. Number three, development person. That's what I saw. I hear that even in the Muslim group, that's why his body had to be taken to Old Kampala, Chiwuri, and Naguru. That's what, I didn't know which faction he belonged to among the Muslims. But apparently he belonged to no faction. He was neutral. So this is the Moses Ali I saw. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you so much.
What His Excellency has those who have not paid their respects may pay their respects as they make their way into the chamber for the sitting that will officially pay respects to the fallen General retired